Sign up when we arrive at her rural Oxfordshire home. Renowned royal author Ingrid Seward immediately introduces OK to her four-legged friends, dogs Iris and Ivy, and horses Violetta and Basaraco. The regal connection is very apt considering Ingrid's status as one of the most prominent writers on the British monarchy, with over a dozen books to her name. The latest is a fascinating, in-depth biography of the Duke of Edinburgh, called Prince Philip Revealed, a man of his century. Ingrid, who spoke to many close friends and associates of the 99-year-old royal during her research, has met Philip many times. He can be very charming, but also very rude indeed. She tells OK. He has a disconcerting habit of walking away from you when you're talking, but he gets away with it because he's such a character. In Ingrid's book we learn about Philip's penchant for sausage and mash washed down with a pint of lager, his intense friendship with novelist Daphne du Maurier, and how Her Majesty the Queen loved to see him dance the samba when they were courting. It also delves into his complex relationship with Lilibet, as he calls his wife, and their four children, Princess Anne and Princess Charles, Andrew and Edward. As editor-in-chief of Majesty magazine, which celebrates its 40th anniversary this year, Ingrid is a familiar face on TV, giving her insightful opinions on the latest royal happenings. She writes in the study of her cozy home, where she plays host to OK, introducing us to her daughter Bella, 31. Here, Ingrid reveals Philip's private passions, his parenting style, personal friendships and more. Related articles. What's Prince Philip really like? People often assume that he's very standoffish and unfriendly, but actually, although he's confident, he's extremely shy. His good friend Major General Sir Michael Hobbs, who is a former director of the Duke of Edinburgh Awards, once told me that Philip simply won't listen to people if he thinks they're stupid. But he's a very fair person. He's also extremely quick-witted, and although he doesn't like being contradicted, he loves to engage in a bit of mental banter. It's one of the reasons for his famous gaffes, although Philip would probably refer to them as getting rid of the boredom. In your book you say that his childhood wasn't as unhappy as others have claimed. He was without both his parents from the age of about 8, when his father moved to Monte Carlo after his mother was sadly sent to a sanatorium. But he had a very loving childhood with 4 sisters who adored and spoiled him, and a fabulous English nanny, called Nanny Ruse. I think that taught him to enjoy the company of women. Is that why he's had so many close friendships with women over the years? Yes, everyone thinks he's a man's man because of his Navy career, but I think he's more of a woman's man. He definitely enjoys the company of beautiful women, and he doesn't care that it might look like he's having affairs. It used to irritate him, but these days he seems quite flattered. Is he a flirt? Yes, Philip enjoys being flirtatious. I've seen him dancing with his close friend Penny Romsey, now Countess Mountbatten, who he used to go carriage driving with. He's an amazing dancer. If he wants to, he'll switch the charm on, but, boy, can he switch it off too, and become quite frightening in what way? Well, he can be very cutting. A friend of mine sat next to Philip at a tea party at Windsor Castle, and she asked, "Are you still carriage driving?" And he just looked at her and said, "Do I still breathe? Do I still drink tea?" She was devastated. Is he like that towards the Queen? I think he is, but they both have quite a caustic, waspish wit, and the Queen knows exactly how to deal with Philip. I think she starts talking in riddles and his mind doesn't follow that. The Duchess of Abercorn reportedly once said that the Queen gives Philip a lot of leeway. What do you think she meant? That the Queen must be confident in her relationship with Philip. Like a lot of aristocratic families, they do have separate bedrooms, but they're interconnecting. It's been useful when either of them have been getting up for an early engagement. Who wears the trousers in their relationship? I think Philip wears the trousers, but only because the Queen lets him. He's a driving force in their relationship. Philip is much more dogmatic and encourages her to make decisions. They have a great love and respect for one another. What was it like for Philip when he first came into the royal family? The palace courtiers gave him a very hard time. They thought he was a penniless interloper and that he was too strong, too good-looking and too foreign. The staff moaned that he ran Buckingham Palace as if he was in command of a ship. He had to fight for everything he wanted to do. When his wife became queen, earlier than they thought she would, he found that very difficult at first. It was a huge shock to be an alpha male in a beta role. Did Philip empathize with the Duchess of Sussex over the difficulties she faced after marrying into the firm? Philip knows what it's like to be an outsider, but in his opinion, as an actress, Meghan wasn't giving up anything, whereas he'd given up an important career. So, I don't think he had much sympathy for Meghan, and I think he was annoyed by the way she handled things. I think he feels sad about Harry. He hoped Harry had a stronger sense of duty, and I think he feels he let the side down by leaving.